You are riding through a quiet, familiar indoor arena when suddenly your 1,000-pound horse spooks at an entirely empty corner. The standard human response in this situation is to pull the horse to a halt, turn it around, and force it to stare directly at the scary spot until it calms down. But forcing a horse to face a perceived threat head-on requires them to use their eyes in a way their brain is simply not wired to support. Humans navigate the world with the eyes of a predator. We have forward-facing vision optimized for sharp focus and rich color, designed to lock on to a target. A horse's visual system has entirely different priorities. This reaction is the flawless execution of a biological survival program designed specifically to keep a grazing animal from being eaten. A horse's eyes are positioned on the sides of its head, granting a massive 340-degree panoramic view. This wide angle comes with a physical cost: two severe blind spots. One extending straight out from their nose, and a larger one projecting directly behind their tail. Because they cannot see what is immediately in front of their own faces, horses grow highly sensitive whiskers to physically feel for objects right below their noses. This diagram shows the horse's line of sight toward an obstacle. Because their eyes are set so far apart, horses struggle to capture a single object with both eyes simultaneously. This severely limits their depth perception, meaning they actually need to maintain a physical distance from an obstacle to calculate how far away it is. Meanwhile, if a fast-moving object approaches from their rear blind spot, their brain automatically categorizes it as a chasing predator. The only hardwired response to a chase is to run. When a horse hesitates or refuses to step forward, it is often a calculated pause. They are simply reluctant to walk into a space they physically cannot see. This cross-section of a horse's eye shows internal structures like the lens and ciliary muscle. In horses, these muscles are too weak to pull the lens into a convex shape. Lacking that focusing mechanism, objects placed close to their face will always remain blurry. If you hold a new set of clippers right up to a horse's nose so they can get a good look, you are actually moving it into a zone where they cannot see it clearly at all. To understand what they do see well, we have to look at the retina. The back of the equine eye is packed with an overwhelming density of rods, the photoreceptor cells that handle low-light vision and detect motion. This heavy concentration of rods sacrifices sharp detail to create a highly sensitive motion detector. A horse's peripheral vision will register tiny, rapid flickers of movement that human eyes completely miss. A horse isn't shying at nothing. They are reacting to very real, rapid motion in their environment that our eyes are too weak to perceive. This photograph shows two horses at the threshold of a dark trailer. Moving a horse from a bright, sunny yard into a dim, enclosed space frequently causes them to freeze and refuse to enter. The photopigments in a horse's retina regenerate through a slow chemical process. When stepping out of the sun, it can take up to 30 minutes for their eyes to physically adapt to sudden darkness. Once they do adjust, a reflective layer at the back of the eye, called the Tapetum lucidum, bounces light through the retina a second time. This grants them exceptional night vision, allowing them to navigate rough terrain by starlight alone. Horses also have dichromatic vision, meaning they see the world in washed-out pastels rather than vivid colors. By stripping away rich color details, they easily break through the visual camouflage of predators hiding in the brush. Punishing a horse for hesitating on a trailer ramp means disciplining them for a biological reality. For those first few moments in the dark, the animal is effectively blind. A horse is a visual generalist. Rather than seeing a world of high-definition details, they map their surroundings using contrast, peripheral motion, and broad context. Safe handling requires adapting your behavior to their biological limits. If you move a horse into a dark barn, you must pause and give their eyes the time to chemically adjust to the shadows. You also have to position yourself within their usable visual field, avoiding the dangerous blind spots directly under their nose or directly behind their tail. To calm a spooked animal, handlers use cross-modal perception. By speaking calmly, you help the horse cross-reference a blurry, confusing visual threat with the familiar, safe auditory cue of a human voice. Ultimate horsemanship comes from learning to safely guide a 1,000-pound animal through a sensory world built specifically for them.